Hi friends, welcome back. The main magic of operational amplifier is just because of the magic created by the first stage called the differential amplifier. So let us see what all magics this differential amplifier can create and then get into the next details. The circuit of differential amplifier is shown here. It has two amplifiers, two common emitter amplifiers, and the two emitters are shorted, and the common emitter point is driven by a negative source through Re, and let us assume that the current flowing through Re is maintained constant somehow. So that's the beginning. That's our initial setup. So when we have two inputs, V1, V2. So there are two possibilities we need to look at. The first possibility is two inputs are driven by two sources, and second, only one input is driven by a source, and the other input is connected to a passive network. So let's begin our first journey. Two inputs are connected to two sources. So V1 is a voltage source, V2 is another voltage source. The whole functioning of this circuit depends on the magnitudes of V1 and V2. So let's assume V1 is greater than V2 and see what would happen. So V1 produces a base current IB1, V2 produces base current IB2 for some voltage VE here. So V1 will produce IB1, IB1 will produce IC1, and that will produce an IE1. V2 produces IB2, IB2 produces IC2, IC2 plus IB2 becomes IE2, and the sum of these two should be equal to IE, that is to be maintained constant. Now, if we assume that V1 is greater than V2, then IB1 will be greater than IB2. Therefore, IC1 will be greater than IC2. Since IC1 is greater, then voltage across RC1 will be greater. Therefore, this point voltage will be smaller compared to this point voltage because IC2 is smaller. So, this point voltage will be at higher value. This point voltage will be at lower value. So, somehow V1 is more, therefore, large IE1 will flow, and because of that large IE1, IE2 has to reduce. Reduction in IE2 confirms that IC2 gets reduced. Reduction in IC2 increases this voltage, and IE2 is reduced. IE is constant, therefore IE1 gets extra space to increase. So IE1 will increase, then IC1 will increase. This voltage goes down, and IE1 increased will further decrease IE2. Decrease in IE2 means decrease in IC2. Decrease in IC2 means increase in this VC2 increases, VC1 decreases, IC1 increases, IC2 decreases. So this continues. So IC1 keeps increasing, IE1 keeps increasing. This forces IE2 to decrease. Decrease in IE2 will confirm decrease in IC2. Decrease in IC2 means this point voltage will increase. Increase in IC1 means this point will decrease. So this point voltage keeps decreasing, this point voltage keeps increasing, and this process continues. This current keeps increasing, this current keeps decreasing, and finally we reach a stage where Q1 becomes totally on. That means it gets into saturation region, and Q2 becomes off. That means it goes into cutoff region. So when this is on, we get VC1 at minimum. VC1 is VC saturation, and VC2 will be VCC. So we get a higher voltage here, we get a lower voltage here. So if you just measure this voltage in this polarity, we get a negative voltage. So that is, this voltage is minimum, this voltage is maximum, therefore VO is negative. Done. Now if the situation is turned, and if you make V1 less than V2, then because V2 is more, IB2 will be more, IC2 will be more, IE2 will be more, which will force IE1 to reduce. IE1 reduction means IC1 reduction. IC1 reduction means this voltage will increase. IC2 increase means this voltage will decrease, and IE2 will increase. IE1 will decrease. IC1 will decrease. IC2 will increase. IE2 will increase, and this loop repeats and repeats till this goes down to minimum value, this goes up to maximum value. So in that case, when V2 is greater than V1, we get this point voltage minimum, this point voltage maximum. Therefore when V1 is uh, greater than V2, this will be in saturation, this will be in cutoff, so we get a negative maximum output. On the same ground, when V2 is greater than V1, this goes minimum, this goes maximum, therefore we get positive maximum output. Now it doesn't make sense by what quantity V1 is greater than V2 or by what quantity V1 is less than V2. It doesn't make any sense. Only what makes sense is which is bigger. If V1 is bigger, then you get negative maximum voltage at the output, and if this is the condition, that is V2 is bigger, you get positive maximum output. So that's the difference it is going to give, and it's not giving you actual difference value, but it gives us the two positive maximum or negative maximum depending on which is small, which is big. So this is the best way to compare the two inputs. If V1 is bigger, then you get negative max. If V2 is bigger, you get positive max. So a wonderful comparating circuitry. Now what would happen if V1 is equal to V2? When V1 and V2 are equal, when V1 and V2 are equal, then IC1 and IC2 are equal. IC1, IC2 are equal. Therefore, VC1, VC2 are equal, and the difference, the VO, is 0. So that's one way of explaining how does this differential amplifier works. So it just gives uh, positive minimum or positive maximum as output depending on V1 is minimum, or V2 is minimum. So if V1 is less than more than V2, we get negative maximum output. If V1 is less than V2, then we get positive maximum output, and therefore our amplifier language, if you talk of this, if you are connecting directly the voltage sources here, then depending on which is bigger, negative is bigger, you get negative VCC. If positive is bigger, you get plus VCC. So we get here plus or minus VCC. So that's the highest value we can have. So if V1 is bigger than V2, then we get negative VCC because this negative sign. V2 is bigger than V1 plus VCC because we have indicating with a plus sign. So that's logic of indicating this signal. Done. So the second version, when only one input is applied, what would happen to other input? That's what we need to look at. And yes, I'm sure that it's going to create more interesting wonders when we have only single input source and the other one is connected to a passive network. That's what we are going to see in our next session. So please keep waiting. Till then, take care. See you. Bye.